Hello everyone, this is Nikki Rowland, and today I have a layout using the very beautiful Simple Vintage Life in Bloom collection by Simple Stories. This is an extremely beautiful collection. I'm absolutely in love with it. So I just love the black. I love the drama of the black. Just makes a really big impact, doesn't it? So this layout I wanted to make, I wanted to use the black gingham background. So that's from the Gingham's Basics pack of papers. They're 12 by 12 papers in a pack of 6 papers, all different ginghams, different colours. Beautiful. Love them, love them. So I've gone for the black as my background, and I've gone for this kind of strip of black cardstock down the middle, not quite, bit to the left, and then what I really wanted to do was use this film strip. So this, you can find this in the 6 by 8 paper pad, and I just loved all the words on it. So life is like a camera, focus on what is important, capture the good times. Lovely sentiments. I really liked them, so I wanted to use it. However, it would have been ideal if it was 12 inches, but it's not, because it's from a 6 by 8 paper pad, so it's only 8 inches long. And I thought, wow, I'm sure I can work with that, but actually I'm getting part way through the layout and I don't really like it. I should say that also I've fussy cut these flowers from one of the pattern papers for a previous layout and didn't use them all, so this layout is super quick because I just cut out that film strip and then I layered up all my flowers I'd already fussy cut from a different layout. So that was great. I already had those to hand, ready to go. So I'm just popping those in here and there. And you can see that I've got my photo in place. I'm building things up, but I'm just not feeling it because I just feel that film strip needs to be 12 inches long, and it isn't. So what can I do about that? I had a look on the cut apart sheets to see if there was a film strip that I could extend it with, and I found this one, but it really doesn't match. It's too wide, and the little rectangles on the side are wrong. What I decided to do was, trying a couple of different options there to see if I can use it, but the answer is a big fat no. So what I decided to do was find the second sheet of the same film strip paper from the 6 by 8 paper pad and attach them together. There you go, they attach beautifully. So I'm now just fussy cutting that one out as well. So I'm just going to go around all of the flowers on the right hand side, keeping the floral strip on the left, but cutting out the flowers, or cutting around the flowers, on the right. And then I'm going to put the two together. Actually it works out super duper well. I'm so happy that I thought to do this because then I managed to get my 12-inch piece strip that I wanted. So there you go. I've just got to decide where to put the join. I was thinking, there we go. So that one I'm going to put at the top there, and you can see how I'm just kind of matching that up, and you can not even really see the join. And then that one I'm putting down at the bottom. There we go. Yeah, and it matches up perfectly. Brilliant. So I'm just putting that on top, just sticking it with tape. Haven't done anything fancy. Thankfully, I hadn't distressed the top and the bottom edges of the original piece, because otherwise that wouldn't have worked. But I hadn't. So there you go. Now I have a 12-inch piece that I spliced together. Loving it. So there we go. I just trimmed it to fit, yeah, then I can carry on with my layout, and I'm so much happier with how this is looking. So I've got a bigger piece of card down the middle of my layout. I've added the film strip feature on top. I've got my photo to the right, and then I've popped in all of my fussy cut flowers from earlier at various points. So I've got some at the top, quite a few around the photo, and then a big cluster at the bottom. I've got that little word adore, I think that's lovely. I've got love and adore chipboard piece to the right of the photo, and then I'm just adding all the small things that I've got from the ephemera packs, the bits and pieces packs, and stickers from the sticker sheet, yeah, anything I can find that works really. I love the floral ephemera. I love the bits and pieces. I love the fact that we have lots of different sized things in them. So some are big, some are small, and all very usable. I really enjoy using the bits and pieces packs from Simple Stories. They're great. So just going through there, pulling out some smaller pieces. I've got lots of big bits in place already because I had all those fussy cut flowers. So I'm just now picking out smaller elements that I can use to fill in the gaps. I just need to get everything kind of stuck down and carry on with it, really. I'm loving these rub-ons. They're quite a new product from Simple Stories. I don't know if they did them like years ago when they were all the fashion, but I haven't seen them for quite some time. So for them to release them with this Simple Vintage Life in Bloom is a very welcome addition as far as I'm concerned. Because they're so beautiful, you get so many details in the rub-ons, and they also work really well too. You know, some rub-ons do not work. These ones definitely do. Just a very small amount of pressure and they are transferred. So you can see that one, I cut it out of the background paper and I cut it in half, actually, that flower, and then I've just popped it. I think maybe it's a paint. I think it's paint. And then I've just put it in place and rubbed it, and that is transferred beautifully, really, really easily, and just gives an extra different type of dimension, really. So it goes straight onto the background, and you can kind of see through it a little bit. It's cool. It's different to having ephemera. So maybe it's almost like having a clear sticker, I suppose, but better. So there we go. Right. So I'm just going to get everything stuck in place. There's quite a lot going on this layout. It's quite busy. I want to keep adding things because I love all the things, but I have to tell myself no sometimes because there's already lots going on in this layout. So I have the possibility of overdoing it. That does happen sometimes because I get excited and want to use everything. So I have to kind of stop myself and not go too crazy because that section in the bottom right corner of the layout is kind of white space, even though it's black and white. It's open space, there's nothing in it. I really need to leave it that way to apply balance to the layout. So loving how it's looking so far. I'm really still so happy over the fact that I managed to get that element, the film strip element, 12 inches long, even though it came from the 6x8 paper pad. So super duper happy about that. It's all kind of coming together quite nicely. I'm just adding some little details, some hearts, and I'm layering them colour on the film strip pieces. I'm raising them all up on foam pads, as I tend to do. All the time. Just checking that everything is stuck down. That was a little shake test that I had there. Just wanted to make sure that everything that I'd placed onto the layout was in fact actually stuck. I'm writing my journaling. Now I've written it directly onto the background, the gingham background there, but decided then that actually it just didn't show properly. It wasn't clear enough. So instead of handwriting it onto the layout itself, I'm going to add some white strips of cardstock. So this is just plain white cardstock, and I've just made 3 little journaling strips there. I'm going to stick those in place. Obviously I've already written on the layout, so my first strip will cover up what I had written, and we'll sort that little problem out, just distressing the long edges slightly, just to give them a little bit of dimension. I think I'm going to stick those, yes I am going to stick those flat, not raise them up on foam pads. It's much easier to hand write onto things that are stuck flat rather than raised. So that would be why I did that. There we go. Okay, so they're now in place and I can write my journaling onto the layout, and it will show up this time. So that was my answer to that little problem. All right, so journaling strips in place, all good. And now I just need to finish off. I'm probably going to add, I think, what am I going to do next? I am going to add some black paint splatters. I'm just going to get my craft sheet, get some paint out of my black paint pen, which is not playing ball. It doesn't want to come out. Oh, and then I splattered it everywhere. Look at that. It then went everywhere, all over my layout. So I had to turn off the camera and go and sort that out. And then now that it's all activated and working properly, I can just shake directly onto the layout. Lots of people ask me about these pens. They're Liquitex acrylic paint markers with a wide nib, and I find them perfect for paint splatters. So there we go. That is the layout complete. I hope you enjoyed watching how it came together, especially that long element in the middle. And yeah, beautiful flowers, beautiful Life in Bloom collection by Simple Stories. Just an absolutely stunning collection. Thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories.